of the City of North Miami. My name is Pam Solomon. I'd like to welcome you to our special occasion today, and thank you for taking the time out to honor two pillars in education here in North Miami. Sally Alayon, principal of Alonzo and Tracy Mourning High School, Biscayne Bay Campus, and Michael Lewis, principal of North Miami Senior High. At this time, to formally begin our program, I would like for you to please stand for the presentation of colors by the North Miami Police Honor Guard.
Detail. Halt. Ready? Haste. Forward. Whoo. Present. Whoo.
Please remain standing as the morning show choir from the Alonzo and Tracy Mourning High School Biscayne Bay Campus presents the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the National Anthem.
Hello, my name is Stephanie Sarmiento. I'm from the Alonzo and Tracy Mourning Senior High School. I will be presenting to you the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed as the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ready? Whoo.
Thank you once again to the North Miami Police Department Honor Guard and to the Alonzo and Tracy Mourning Morning Show Choir under the direction of Mr. Kermit Virgil. Please remain standing as I welcome to the podium Pastor Enoch Millian of Philadelphia Baptist Church to deliver our invocation for today. Thank you.
Almighty God and gracious Father, we invite you this morning to come to our life. We come to say thank you for what you have done for us. We say thank you for everyone who come and support our education system. Thank you for our principal. Thank you for our children, and thank you for our teachers. We thank you, Lord, for what you do doing and for what you continue to do for us. We ask you, Lord, to bless our city, especially our mayor, North Miami. Give us strength, understanding, and unity, so then the city can be a better city. We pray, Lord, in the name of God. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Millian, and you all may be seated. At this time, to kick off our program, I would like to welcome to the podium our very own mayor, Mayor Andre Pierre. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. Good morning. Come on, this is North Miami. Good morning. Well, today is a very special day, not only to, not one, but two of the best we have in, not only in Miami-Dade County, North Miami, but in the state of Florida for what they have done for our children and the educational system we have in the state of Florida. But before I begin, let me recognize, of course, our elected officials that are here with us this afternoon. To begin with, representing District 1, Councilman Mr. Michael Blinn. District 2. Okay, now representing District 1, Councilman Galvin. Thank you so much for being here. And representing District 2, Councilman Jean-Wodig Marcellus. District 3, Councilman Jean-Wodig Marcellus. Man, you know, I usually tell the story, you know, I mean, when it comes to education, which is my passion, so I'm a little nervous here this afternoon, but it's because of the people that we are recognizing and what they have done in our community. And, of course, representing the school board member, Dr. T. Holloway. Thank you so much for being here with us. Representing Senator Dwight Bullard, Aaron McKinney. Thank you so much for being here. Representing Commissioner Sally Heyman, Margot Goldstein. Thank you so much for being here, Margot. State Representative Daphne Campbell. Thank you so much for being here with us. My sister city commissioner, Commissioner Bob Anderson from Biscayne Park. Thank you so much for being here. My sister city mayor, Mayor George Vallejo. He was just here. I guess he stepped out for a minute. Thank you so much, Mayor, for being here with us. Former North Miami Mayor Joe Celestin. Thank you so much for being here with us. Former City Clerk Alex Duzilme. Thank you so much for being here with us. Former Councilman Jacques Despinos, thank you so much for being here with us. Recognizing our principal from the City of North Miami, Principal Frank McBride. Okay. I know I was just advised I'm going to be missing some principals, but I just want to make sure that I do the best job that I can with the names that I got here. Principal Powell. Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, lead principal Deborah Dubin. Principal Michael Shallow. Principal Jean Rideauet. And from the university, Dr. Ken Rosen from Nova University. From FIU, Dr. Stephen Solf, Vice President of Office of Governmental Affairs Relations. Representing Dr. Larry Feldman, Ed Urs Munzi. Thank you. Region Assistant Superintendent, Jose Dotris. Region Superintendent, Vivian Pardo. Representing the North Miami Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Ron Wilson. Representing Assistant Superintendent for Education and Transformational Office Management, Dr. Pablo Ortiz. And, of course, Assistant Superintendent Carl Nicolo. Representing the Haitian American Museum, Mr. Fizeme. And I'm sure, we'll get, we have some more principals that are here with us. We'll get a chance to recognize them in a few, but let's get around to Principal Martinez from Oak Grove Elementary School. Okay, we also have Dr. Aaron Entin, Principal of Gratney Elementary School. And the Principal of North Miami Elementary School, Deborah Dubin. Oh, I already said that. Don't worry, I'll get around to it. Principal for no, is it oh, David K. Lawrence, of course, my principal. Yeah, I forget that. There you go. Thank you. And also, we just saw my sister city councilwoman. She's here with us, Phyllis Smith. Councilwoman, thank you so much for being here with us.
Our principals as well. Thank you.
Of course. Okay. And Dr. Barry Vogel from Johnson & Wales University. And of course, give it up for the honorees, Michael and Sally. And our able city manager, Mr. Stephen Johnson, thank you so much for being here with us. Our very own competent city attorney, Regine Monestim, thank you so much for being here with us. And Chief of Police, thank you so much for being here with us. And of course, Deputy City Manager, Dr. Luman Claude. Thank you, all of you, for being here with us. You're going to hear much about, our honorees, but, just briefly, I'm going to go off the script because I know Sally and Michael well, and I know exactly what they have done for our children in this community. Sally, took a school from, what we call from ground up. While the school was under construction in 2008, she became the principal of that school, opened in 2009. And she put a dynamic team together. And from that dynamic team, she graduated her first class in 2012. And literally from ground up, she built an A school. Thank you so much, Sally, for all the work that you have done in our community. So give it up for Alonzo and Tracy Mourning for being an A school. And all of you have known, Michael. Michael was the principal of North Miami Middle School for 4 years. Then he took a school that was built in the 1950s, which is the old North Miami Senior High School, then came over and opened the new school in 2009. When Michael first took over North Miami Senior High School, it was an F school. Michael put a team together and basically put programs together and put some of the magnet programs in North Miami, and he changed what you call graduations rate went up, FCAT scores went up, and more importantly, he transitioned that school from an F school to a C school. Michael, thank you so much for all you have done in our community. So now I'm going to sit down for a minute. Then I'm going to turn it over to the folks that make education in North Miami the focus, which is I'm going to turn it over first to Alex Duzilme, then the city manager and the chair for the Quality Education Board. Mr. Duzilme.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for inviting me. I was scheduled to be in Orlando today, but once the mayor asked me to come in and say a few words about education, and especially about our distinguished guest, I had to reschedule, and I am honored to be here today. We have two of the best professionals and educators Miami-Dade has to offer here with us today. And I had the privilege of working with both as a city clerk and also as a colleague with Miami-Dade County Public School. But Mr. Mayor, I know you're not here, but I must say, as a resident of this city and a former elected official, but most importantly, an educator, I want to commend Mr. Mayor for his work in the field of education. He has done so much in his tenure as mayor to impact the lives of our children in North Miami. And improving the quality of education has never been so phenomenal in North Miami, and I wanted to thank him for his support of education and the work that he has done in education in North Miami. The great poet Robert Frost once said, "Education is the ability to listen to almost anything and not losing your temper or your self-confidence." And you both have done that, especially with the students in my home school as a pioneer. Yes, I am a North Miami pioneer. Yeah. And I understand as a teacher, being an educator is the greatest call for molding the minds of young people. And I want to thank you, Ms. Alayon, and also Mr. Lewis. We appreciate the work that you do, your tireless effort to educate our kids, and generation yet unborn will know the sacrifices that you have made, and they will benefit as future leaders of tomorrow. I want to commend you for always answer the call. When North Miami called you to partner with our educational program, they always, as well as all the other principals we have in the room, always says yes. And we, as the citizen of North Miami, truly appreciate that. Once again, I want to thank you for making the sacrifices to make the lives of our kids a brighter tomorrow. In closing, Nelson Mandela once said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." And honorees, you both have done that, not only change the world, but change North Miami. I want to thank you.
Thank you so much, City Clerk Alex Duzilme, for your wonderful words. Now we're going to turn it over to the City Manager, Stephen Johnson.
Good morning, afternoon, everyone. We're happy to be here today, and I know the mayor has given honor to everyone, and along with city officials. I'm here just to say that how North Miami has offered a very unique perspective when it comes to education. We all know that it takes a village to raise a child, but this city has been very committed to and has a long history of programs that we have initiated through this mayor and council under their direction to really get a lot of things done. And it just really shows our commitment to education. If we were to look at those dollars through that bond that's coming in, I would say, Mr. Holloway, that the city of North Miami should at least get a third. But we have programs like the Youth Opportunity Board. It has offered summer intern programs for high school students. For over 20 years, we have done that. We have the North Miami Mentor Program, the Russell Life Skills and Reading Foundation, the Mayor's Backpack Drive and Distribution, the Quality Education Board, the North Miami Police Athletic League, the STEM program, which is the Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math, the North Miami Police Department Explorer program. Our MOCA right next door has the Museum Magnet program. We also have the Miami Educational Foundation and our North Miami Public Library. And I'm going to go back and highlight some of these programs, because when we look at our North Miami Mentor program, during the summertime, we partner with the local schools here. We bring these students in. We spread them out. And I want to commend a lot of our directors and city employees here who take the time to care and actually work with these students, put them to work, and allow them to learn what they do. Every year we do this. And it's not easy, but they've been committed to do it. And we come across some very good students, some of which have later became city employees. Our Russell Life Skills and Reading Foundation, the city actually committed by giving them funding so that this program can continue. And I think that just shows where when the city actually puts dollars there, it shows that they really mean business. So we thank the mayor and council for that. The mayor's been doing summer backpack drives and distributions. I think this last year was one of our largest. We were at the Joe Celestine Center to go out there and see in the neighborhood of 1,000 or more kids with parents getting backpacks, not just backpacks, but haircuts. To see a whole room with about 10 barbers. This was a sight to see. Not only that, there were health providers out there, people being able to get their teeth checked, their eyesight. This was a phenomenal event that we had at the Joe Celestine Center this year. Our Quality Education Advisory Board, we really thank them because we go to them for advice. We've given money there. They have also distributed money throughout the cities to the different schools in our city, smart boards, just to make sure that our students in our city, that whatever the school board could not do, that we stepped up to do other things. I want to commend our Police Athletic League, our peer tutoring program. When Mr. Lewis came on board, that school was an F school. You know, we saw the energy behind Mr. Lewis. We saw what he was dealing with, and we really threw funds over there to join with him to identify students who would actually tutor the other students, and we paid them in doing that. And along with the other teachers and what Mr. Lewis had put in place, to see that come to an F to a C school, we had a small component in that, but the teachers and Mr. Lewis was able to bring that up, as the mayor mentioned. I can't say enough about our museum. To go and see kids there in the afternoon in that magnet program. I'm talking about kids from all walks and ethnic backgrounds to participate and be there. The energy to see kids of multi-ethnic backgrounds, how they can sit and how art has brought them together is phenomenal. And just to see things like our North Miami Education Board, the city just has last Tuesday gave our our North Miami Library to show its commitment $1 million, just to show that we not only want renovation, but the other enhancements or additions, whatever we can do there. So I'm very proud to manage a city that gets direction from our mayor and council to ensure that we are committed to education, our kids in this community. And I think we ought to applaud our mayor and council for their work along with our honorees today. And so we wanted to say to our principals, our honorees, it's a pleasure working with both of you. This year we've added Alonzo Mourning into our peer tutoring program because we want to make sure that we reach the citywide, and that's the direction from our mayor and council, and that's what we're doing. And today it just shows the enhancements of how we're committed and honoring you today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. At this time, I would also like to welcome our Chair of the Quality Education Advisory Board, Mrs. Bernadette Pierre.
Good afternoon, everyone. First, I would like to thank all of you for being here this afternoon to celebrate a tribute to excellence in education. Those two people really, they are remarkable. Secondly, I would like to take this opportunity again to congratulate the two of you, Mr. Lewis Allsharp and Miss, you know I was not going to let that go, and Miss Alayon, which I had the pleasure to meet 5 years ago when we did the walkthrough your school. And thirdly, what I would like to ask for all of you is to participate in our monthly Quality Education Board meeting. Please join us. It's once a month. It's in the library. And also, if you can become a mentor to your child or just simply join the PTA, it will be very helpful to us. Thank you and have a blessed day.
Thank you. At this time, we have some tributes from personal accounts of the work of our honorees today. I'd like to start with Dr. Pablo Ortiz, Assistant Superintendent of the Education Transformation Office of Miami-Dade County Public Schools.
Good afternoon. First of all, I'd like to thank the mayor for this very, very special day, and I want to thank him for all of his work and his efforts and his support for education. And obviously all of the elected officials that are with us here today, and in particularly, of course, our honorable board member, Dr. Holloway, and the other board members who are represented here today. It really is, for me, a wonderful opportunity and a very exciting opportunity to share in this very special day. I cannot think of two individuals that are more deserving of this honor than Michael and Sally, who I know them both very, very well, but they've asked me to speak mainly about the work of Michael Lewis and what he's done at North Miami. The mayor has mentioned some of the great accomplishments that he's been able to undertake in the years that he's been at North Miami. And, I think that some of the things that we can share and we can be very proud of. First and foremost, when Mr. Lewis arrived at North Miami Senior High School, the graduation rate was 54%. And as we can all imagine, sitting in a room like this, that is something that's unacceptable to us and was obviously unacceptable to Mr. Lewis. And I'm very proud to say that during his tenure at North Miami Senior High School, we've seen that graduation rate increase to 76%. And we're expecting those numbers to continue to climb. Also, we heard about the school grade, where the school, as Michael came into that environment, an F school, and obviously we know what an F school does to the stigma of an educational institution, what it does to the stigma of a community. Michael stepped in and took on that challenge and has done great work and lifted that school now to a C, and we do expect that grade to continue to grow, so outstanding work, Michael, as well. And here's another, yes, that deserves an applause. And here's another wonderful statistic as well. He opened the International Baccalaureate program, which is a highly sought magnet program that many, many schools would like to be able to offer. And Michael was one of the leaders in this community and in the world of education that was able to bring it to North Miami Senior High. And one thing that we're very proud of is that students who participate in the International Baccalaureate program at North Miami Senior graduate at a rate of 100%. So every one of those students graduate from high school. But just on a personal note, I think that what speaks to the quality of individual and leader that Mike Lewis is goes well beyond the statistics and the data that I've shared with you today. When I was appointed as principal of Miami Edison Senior High School, one of the first individuals who called me and reached out to me was Michael Lewis when he was here at North Miami Senior High. I have always been impressed when I see Mike and the way he works, in the fact that he has embraced the idea that to be a great educational leader, to be a great principal, you have to be willing to be a leader in the community, to embrace your community, to go out in the community and make a difference in the lives of not only the students who walk into our campus, but in the lives of the families and the friends and the community leaders who touch the lives of every one of those students. And Michael has always done that. We see the parental involvement has increased tremendously during Michael's time at North Miami Senior. We see participation in activities, in community affairs, the work of the business and community leaders of North Miami, how they've all come together and embraced the efforts at North Miami Senior High School because of the leader that we have in Mike Lewis. So it is truly an honor, it is truly a pleasure to recognize and honor Michael Lewis today for the work that he's done, and I am certain that the work is going to continue. So, Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for this very special day, and I'm very happy to be a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ortiz. At this time, to continue with our tributes, I would like to invite Mr. Jose Dotres, Assistant Superintendent of the Office of Human Capital Management at Miami-Dade County Public Schools. Thank you, Mr. Dotres.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's really wonderful to be here. A tribute truly to our wonderful principals that are being recognized today. And just a little bit of a history. This is my third year of participating in this event. Every year the city, at least for my participation from my end, really gets to celebrate principals. 3 years ago, it was Dr. Antine. Last year, they had a beautiful ceremony for Engineer Powell. And today, two very distinguished and two individuals that are very, very dear to me. I really want to thank the city and the mayor for truly elevating education and making it really the centerpiece of this wonderful city. Like Pablo, I was asked to focus on one of them. However, I must tell you, and this is in front of Board Member Holloway, I know this is a very special day for him as well, because his folks are being recognized, as proud as he is of all of his principals. But like Pablo, I know Michael very, very well. He and I were able to work 1 year together. And, you know, Pablo did a wonderful job of describing him. I'm just going to add one little caveat, is no matter how tough the environment gets at that school, no matter how mixed or the children are everywhere around, or no matter how difficult it is, you will always see him standing firm and completely beautifully dressed, very handsomely dressed. He serves as a role model for students throughout the entire day. Michael, you really are impeccable, not only personally, but also professionally, I must say that. Sally, so now it's my turn for Sally Alayon. What can I tell you about Sally? Quantifiably, she is a winner. I can give you data, I can give you data points. Very significant, just the three that one of them has been mentioned before. A solid A school, solid high school. Also a graduation rate, the first graduating class of 90%, which is very significant. However, more importantly, of that 90% of all those students that graduated, 96% are going to college. And I don't know how she's managed, but she's been able to gather up $4 million worth of scholarships for these wonderful students. I have had the great fortune of having Sally as a principal in our region, but I must say that someone had a vision about her. Someone saw the incredible potential that she had to be a leader. And I do want to recognize her. I believe she's here. I don't see her, but I believe she's here. Enid Wiseman, our Chief of Human Capital Management. Is she here? I thought she was here. But anyhow, Sally, Enid saw great things in you, and then we've been so fortunate to see your growth. I have to tell you a story about Sally. Sally opened Alonzo and Tracy Mourning. However, during her time of opening Alonzo and Tracy Mourning, she was also helping with a huge project, something that was very, very special to us, and that was lifting the academic platform at Carroll City Senior High School that has just become an F. So while she was preparing for the opening of Alonzo Tracy Mourning, dealing with construction, dealing with design, she was hand in hand with the principal at Carroll City Senior, helping him to lift the school. She has an incredible sense of collaboration, a great sense of spirit, but what really has always impressed me is her humble nature. And you know, I had the good fortune of meeting her mom last year, and I see the same essence in her mother. Now, not only is she a humble leader, but there's another side to her. She is persistent as you cannot imagine. And I know if her staff is here, I'll give you just a brief example. She wanted to implement in her school a naval academy, right? And this is probably one of the most difficult things to do. It involves a lot of coordination and so forth. I can tell you something, for over a year, or close to a year, I saw emails from Sally going to all levels to making sure that she could establish a naval academy. She's appreciative, but she was very, very persistent, and I must say that it is the very first one to be established, and now we have a naval academy at Alonzo and Tracy Mourning. All that she has done for the school, all that she has done for the children, and all she does for her community, I know she does it with heart, with a lot of feeling, and truly it is wonderful, Sally, to see you being recognized here right along another magnificent principal and individual, Michael Lewis. Congratulations to both of you. This is really a special day.
Thank you, Mr. Dultres. And to continue on with our personal tributes, I'd like to welcome to the podium our very own Major Trevor Shin from the North Miami Police Department.
Thank you, Pam. Very honored to be here, as I was asked just a few days ago. Mr. Lewis, congratulations to you. I know we had some professional dealings, and as a pioneer, I'm very proud that you're leading that educational facility over there. I'm going to say a few words about Sally. Sally and I had an opportunity to actually run around these streets as young teenagers. And I also see the Schuldeis family here who are very close to myself and their family. I see Mr. Gaskin here. I see a lot of people who has had positive influences on Sally. So it's always nice to recognize a fellow pioneer. It's also important to recognize Doris, Sally's mother, who still resides in North Miami for, I think we're talking 50 years now. 47. Sally had an opportunity to play sports through the Parks and Recreation Department in the city of North Miami, through the leaders and the mentors who provided that safe environment at that time. And as a young teenager, she also had an opportunity to be a junior counselor during the summer times. She attended North Miami Senior High. We'll skip on a year. With Sally, you're recognized by your peers and faculty as a competitor, a fierce competitor, a positive student athlete who always made the right decisions and good moral character. Sally played soccer, volleyball, and a fierce badminton player. I think she has a district championship in singles. Strong involvement with student government, extracurricular activities, and just a very positive role model for her peers. And as an underclassman of Sally, she is older than me. It was nice to be surrounded by older student athletes to mentor the younger ones. She excelled in academics, and she has also been elected a few years back, and she is a member of the North Miami Alumni Hall of Fame. Sally is devoted to her family and is accompanied by her husband, Manny. So I know you're proud, Manny. Manny and Sally are very proud parents of their son Brett, who's in 10th grade, involved in school, following in the steps of his parents. He plays baseball. Sally's daughter is in 8th grade and plays soccer and basketball, which I just found out. We're going to have to talk in a little bit. Mourning High School opened in 2009 with the freshman and sophomore class, Sally. The administration, staff, and student body you guided. And when the doors opened, the city benefited as you led the students and provided a positive environment for those children in our community. So we want to thank you for that. The partnership between Mourning High School and the City of North Miami is healthy as we are prioritizing the development of the students and the young people in our city. There are joint tutoring programs, participation in past reading challenges, shared athletic fields, and we're doing the best to keep the children off the streets and providing a safe and enriched learning environment. Sally's cooperation with members of the police department and city representatives has been exceptional. We want to thank you for that. When speaking to teachers, administrators, and those who have worked with Sally and know her, words are always positive, describing her as a true professional while displaying a compassion for the profession. If you look on the website for Alonzo Mourning High School, there's a section that reads, students have set a positive tone in the area of academics, athletics, extracurricular activities, community service, and leadership. Well, anybody who knows Sally and has an opportunity to be around her, she's a fierce competitor, and those words describe Sally. Sally, you set a positive tone in our environment, and we are proud of our relationship with you, and we hope it continues. So thank you.
Thank you, Major Shen. At this time, for our last personal tribute, I would like to welcome Principal Michael Charlot from Hubert Sibley Elementary School.
Good afternoon, everyone. Mr. Mayor, council members, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and more importantly, my colleagues in the back. What is the measure of a man? Someone earlier, I believe it was Mr. Dezume, who quoted Nelson Mandela. Of all of the world leaders, he is by far the person I admire the most. After almost 30 years in jail, someone said to him, "Aren't you bitter, sir, that they kept you in jail for about 27, almost 30 years? You must have suffered a lot." He looked at the person, he said, "That wasn't suffering. That was preparation." And he said, "I made a determination while I was there. One, I could either give up, die in prison, which would spark a civil war in my country, and I guess my life purpose would have been met. Or I could endure and become a great leader and one day rule my country." On behalf of my colleagues, North Regional Center, I'm here to say a few words about my good friend, Michael Lewis. A couple of years back, he was called to the task in the middle of the year from North Miami Middle to the senior high in the middle of the year. I waited for like a month or so, and I called him one afternoon. I said, man, how you doing? Because I know how difficult that task was going to be. And I was thinking that I was going to be uplifting him And he said, oh, everything is great, man. And we had a little conversation. And then at the end of the conversation, he said to me, my brother, I'm just grateful for the opportunity to serve. What is the measure of a man? You've heard about all the great accomplishments. Is he defined by that? Should he be defined by that? I have a personal story. What you don't know is Michael Lewis is my neighbor. And our children could actually walk to the elementary school. And my wife happens to be a teacher at that school. A couple of years ago, she taught 4th grade. Second week of school, she came home and she said, honey, there's this student that I just love him. He is generous. He is proactive. He's a gentleman. He's intelligent. He opens the door for me if I have stuffs in my hand to I've never seen anything like that before. All throughout the week, and she would come every day with a different story. So at one point, she said to me, you know what? There's got to be something about these Michaels. I said, what are you talking about? She said, his name is Michael. My husband's name is Michael. And my son's name is Michael. So there's got to be something special about the Michaels. So I said, well, what's his full name? And she said, Michael Lewis. And I looked at my wife and I said, he's the son of my friend. And I said to her, Michael Lewis, all of the things that you described that his son is, Michael Lewis is that and more. What is the measure of a man? In my humble opinion, all of the trophies, as a former athlete, I can tell you, all of the trophies at the end of the day, you box them up somewhere. But at this young age, to have already been able to establish that legacy in your young son, that is the true measure of a man. And so I am honored to have been called to say these few words. I'm grateful to Mayor Pierre to have called upon me on behalf of all of my colleagues of the North Miami feeder pattern. Michael Lewis, you are my hero. I admire you. I salute you. And from the top of my heart, Godspeed. I love you, my brother.
Thank you, Principal Charlo, for sharing such a personal tribute to Michael Lewis as well as his family. At this time, we've come to our special occasion. Before recognizing our mayor, again, I'd like to recognize our very own Vice Mayor, Marie Erlan-Sterol, for joining us. We now are here at the time of our special presentation, and I'd like to welcome again Mayor Andre Pierre.
Thank you. Wow. Man, I'm just speechless. But first, I'm going to call on Sally, her husband, Manny, and of course, her mom, Dulcie, who's been living in the city of North Miami for the past 47 years. Please come forward. Come on, let's give them a round of applause. Okay. we spoke with Alonzo Mourning, and he couldn't be here with us because he's still out of town. But of course, he didn't tell me to say anything about Sally. But we have seen him at the school, and I'm sure he had a lot to say about the work that you have done there. But he just said thank you for the invitation, but he was unable to make it here this afternoon. Just one thing about Michael Charlo. Interestingly enough, when we had a soccer tournament, all of the principals play with the North Miami team except him. He played with the superintendent. Okay, so thank you so much, Michael. Next time, join the winning team. Wow, Sally, born and raised in North Miami, graduated North Miami Senior High. Go Pioneers! So much have been said. I think Major Chen covered pretty much from the time that she started school here in North Miami all the way up to University of South Florida. She has a degree in mass communications. She began her career in education in 1989 at Horace Mann Middle School, where Enid Wiseman was a principal. My wife was a teacher at Enid Wiseman. So at Horace Mann Middle School. She was teaching English, speech, debate, journalism, and she was also serving as a graduate level team leader and coaching sports. She moved on into American Senior High School in 1993. She also served as an assistant athletic director while studying for her master's degree in science, Master's of Science degree in education leadership at Barry University, graduating in 1994. Sally, congratulations again for all you have done here in our city, in our county, and of course in the state of Florida. For all of that reasons, we would like, one, let me ask your husband to pin you with the key to the city. There you go. Sure. Oh. City of North Miami presented to Sally, principal of Alonzo and Tracy Mourning High School, Biscayne Bay campus, in recognition of your dedication to excellence in education, dated January 30th, 2013. Thank you so much for your hard work, Sally. Thank you so much. Okay. Dr. T. Holloway, Dr. Dr. Ortiz, come forward for an official picture. Mr. Nicolo, come forward for a picture. And Vice Mayor, Councilman Marcellus, Councilman Bland, come forward and let's take an official picture. So let her speak now.
And then call out, and then do Lewis separate. But you need to get in the picture. That's not acceptable.
Jenny too. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Okay. Sally, the microphone is yours. Oh, sure.
Good afternoon, everyone. Not as nervous as I was. I said I'm usually on the other end, preferably thanking everybody who's done the work for me. It's truly an honor to be here today. And again, as we've said time and time again, thank you, Mayor Pierre. Thank you, Council, for this great recognition today. And I attribute this to the great people that I've been surrounded with for many years, both professionally and personally. I'm also honored to be up here with Michael Lewis. I felt much better when Katya first called me. She says, "We're going to give you a key to the city." I thought, "For me?" And then she said, "Michael Lewis will be there." I said, "Okay, I feel better now." No, he didn't leave me at the altar alone. Thank you, Michael. I also wanted to thank Major Shin. I think he oh, there you are. Just 1 year older than you, by the way. But thank you so much for that. It brings back great memories. And like you've heard earlier, I am a pioneer. I grew up in the city of North Miami, and always a pioneer. My mother still lives here. My mother and father lived here for 47 years together. And so I'm always a pioneer, but being at Mourning High now, I have to say, what? Go Sharks. Okay. But I'm still with the Pioneers. So, always. Just a couple other things. Truly, this is my 24th year in this school system. And I just feel incredibly fortunate for all of the opportunities that I've had. And to be back working in the city that I grew up in, I feel really honored to be able to give back to the schools, to the students, and to the community. I take great pride in the work that I do every day, but for all the work that we have done at Alonzo and Tracy Mourning Senior High, now in our 4th year, and for all of that, I have so many people to thank, and I'm going to do this quickly, and I hope I get most people in here. First, again, to thank the city for their constant support, because through the Quality Education Board, we've been able to really establish some strong academic programs, technology, jobs for our students, internships for our students, scholarships for our students. So I truly thank the city for all of that constant support. I could not do this without my supervisors and my mentors who are here today. I truly thank Mr. Dotris for all of the opportunities that you've given me. And he is now transitioning. I know he's to a new title, but I'm still going to have an opportunity to work with him. He'll be at the District Office of Human Capital, Assistant Superintendent. So thank you, Mr. Dochers, for all the opportunities that you've given to me and been a great role model. And then to Ms. Pardo, who's been my director these past few years. I truly appreciate that, everything that you've done for me, and I look forward to working with you. She will be she's been my supervisor, and she'll continue to be my supervisor as I transition into the region office. So thank you, Ms. Parr. I look forward to that. Okay, let's see. Move this kind of quickly here. Also, my co-workers, thank you. Some of you were able to slip out today. I don't know who's covering your classes or the office. But those of you who are here today, and I see each and every one of you, you were here from the beginning, and you helped us build this school from the ground up. So thank you for each of you for being here today. I also like to thank the many parents. I see a few parents here today, but thank all of the parents on behalf of Alonzo and Tracy Mourning Senior High and the PTSA, who has really been there from the beginning. They've had, I see some of our parents here today, thank you. They've had the same vision that we've had and have supported every academic program that we have started at Alonzo and Tracy Mourning. So thank you so much for that. And of course, my colleagues, so nice to see my fellow colleagues, principals here today. And thank you all for all the kind words and all the support throughout these years. And it's been great working with you, and we'll continue to work together. So thank you so much. And then lastly, but not really lastly, is thank you, of course, to my mother for being here and supporting me all these years, of course, and to my wonderful husband, Manny, who endures everything that I and so thank you, honey. And also to our children. And now our daughter went on a plane this morning with her school to Washington, D.C., so she couldn't be here. Then we turned to our son, who's a sophomore in high school. He says, Mom, I can't miss school. I have to go to school, which is actually a good thing. So they're not here today, but very blessed to have such a great family. And thank you again to everybody. This does not all happen alone. Thank you. That wasn't too long.
No, this is fine. You did fine. Thank you again, Sally. They call him the best dressed principal in town. Mr. Michael Lewis, now your turn to stand up. Okay, give him a round of applause. And your wife, Mrs. Lewis, who's also an assistant principal. Thank you so much for being here with us. Michael Lewis, born in Freeport, Bahamas, to Haitian parents, Lilia, Joseph, and Gabrielle Pierre Louis. Michael Anthony Lewis migrated to the United States at the age of 7. Graduated from North Miami Senior High School in 1985. Mr. Lewis attended Lincoln University in Jefferson City, Missouri on a football scholarship, graduating with a Bachelor's of Science degree in 1989. He went on to study for his master's degree in educational leadership at Nova Southeastern University, graduating in 2000. He is also a graduate of Superintendent Urban Principal Initiative in 2005 and the Harvard University Urban Principal Leadership Academy in 2006. A 17-year veteran of Miami-Dade County Public Schools, Michael Lewis began his career as a social science teacher at North Dade Middle School. Through the years, he also taught at Westview Middle High School. His career shifted to educational leadership in 1998 when he became an administrative assistant at Alapata Middle School. He moved on to serve as assistant principal at Thomas Jefferson Middle School from 2003 to 2007 before becoming the principal of North Miami Middle School, and of course move on to become the principal at North Miami Senior High School. Go Pioneer! Michael. Now I'm going to ask Mrs. Lewis to please pen your husband. There's the nice skin guy with the beard. Oh, you got it? Okay. There you go. Now, the City of North Miami present Michael Lewis, Principal, North Miami Senior High School, in recognition of your dedication to excellence in education, dated January 30th, 2013. Thank you so much, Michael Lewis, for all your work in the City of North Miami. Thank you. All right, can we bring the gang again for a couple more pictures?
Where the gang?
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stay right behind you. Right. Okay. Michael?
Thank you, thank you.
Okay.
Wow. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of North Miami Senior High School, not only the administrative team, not only the parents, the students, I humbly accept this wonderful award from the great city of North Miami. You know, as I got home last night, and I'm sitting here having a conversation with my wife, and every now and then, you know, you get so caught up in what you do for a living that certain things that you just think that it's just a regular day, you keep pushing forward, you think nothing of it. But as you start to receive these phone calls just from colleagues that you haven't seen or haven't heard from in a while, you tend to understand the gravity in reference to what's actually being presented today. Let me say this, you know, I am very blessed, blessed in many ways that I've had an opportunity to work in one of the 10 best cities in the United States that I'm constantly reminded of. which is the great city of North Miami. But I'm also blessed in the sense that I've had an opportunity over the past 11 years working within the city of North Miami to have made some wonderful friends and colleagues. And believe it or not, even though they come up here and they sing my praises and so forth and so on, let me say this. It was definitely not a one-man show. I've been very fortunate that I've had some very, very intelligent administrators to work alongside with me, along some very, very intelligent teachers as well. When I look in the audience, I see the different people that are here, and the one thing that always comes to mind is just the different experiences that we've actually had as colleagues, and I'm pleased and proud to be associated with them. Additionally, I'll be remiss if I didn't say something in reference to the wonderful people that I see that are sitting over there. I'll go ahead and start off with Dr. Ortiz. Dr. Ortiz, my boss, what can I say about him other than the fact that, I remember when he got to Edison. But not only that, the one thing that I can honestly say about him, the first day that I met him to the point right now, he is still the same person. Very humble, very intelligent. That's one of the things that always stuck out. And I'm definitely proud to be working within the ETO and definitely working for Mr. Dr. Ortiz himself. As we move over to Mr. Dotris, the one thing I can say about Mr. Dotris, we go back to, was it 2008, 2009, when we were in the process of transitioning from the old North Miami facility to the new North Miami facility. And I guess the thing that a lot of people don't see, they see such a magnificent facility, but they don't know the background behind it. I remember over the summer, we were packed up, ready to go, super excited. Then the news came that, guess what, we were not moving in. And this is right when we were in the middle of transitioning as far as from region to region. And at the time, Mr. Dotris was the region superintendent. And we met, and the one thing that he said, and the one thing that he promised, and the one thing that he definitely delivered on was the fact that no matter what, we will move into North Miami Senior, and we were definitely able to do that. So I'm truly blessed to have had that opportunity. When I look across, I see Ms. Pardo. What can I say about Ms. Pardo? Well, let me say this. Early in my career at North Miami Senior High School, every now and then, you need a little lesson. And I learned a valuable lesson working with Ms. Pardo. And the lesson that I honestly learned, because this was the first year that we started to partake in what is known as Saturday Academy, Success Academy at the time. And it really teaches you how to be responsible. So for her, I like to think that today I'm a very responsible young man. So thank you for all of that. Additionally, Dr. Holloway, school board member Dr. Holloway. What can I say about this young man? Well, let me say this. Over the past 5 years, I've been the principal at North Miami Senior High School. The one permanent thing has also been the fact that during graduation, he has come not only to bless our students with his kind words, but throughout the year just to come and show, come and support, come and lead. For that, sir, I am greatly, greatly appreciative of as well. And then I see in the audience, she's not being recognized, and she kind of stay in the back. But this young lady right here actually keeps me on track. This is actually my line director, Miss Montiel. It's truly an honor to work with such professionals. The bottom line is we are in the educational business. We influence or we affect students, and we affect their lives. So every time that I get up and I go to work, the one thing I can honestly say is truly a treat, and it's truly a pleasure to be at that set location. Because the bottom line is, ultimately our goal is to really to push out productive citizens in society. And I'm very fortunate that over the past 20 years, technically, and I've had an opportunity to do that, and I'm extremely humble. So on the behalf of the Lewis family, the Pierre Louis family, I stand before you and just simply say thank you. Because finally, I'm working within a city that truly understands the connection between education and, of course, the city itself. So, Mayor Pierre, thank you for all that you do, sir. To the council, thank you for the direction that you've taken the city. And it's truly an honor to work in the great city of North Miami, and hopefully I can continue to remain. Thank you.
We're going to call on Miss Munzie on behalf of Dr. Larry Feldman. We present District 9. We present Meadows. Please come forward. While she's coming forward, we have to recognize our CRA coordinator, who was a principal for a number of years in North Miami, adult education program, Mr. Leslie Prida. Former mayor for the city of North Miami, Frank Wallen. Miami Jackson principal, Joey Batista. Oh, there you go. Mayor, thank you. And from Miami Edison, I think Principal Fabrice Laguerre. Okay, thank you. Oh yeah, Mayor Frank Wallen. That's the guy that just walked next to me. Okay. Now, Ms. Mwanzi. Okay. Hi. How you doing again? Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for this opportunity. Mayor Pierre and the City of North Miami, I thank you for gathering here today to recognize something that is so important to all of us and for making education the focal point of this community. Sally and Michael, I've heard so many things about you that I was not aware of, and I'm here and more humbled and more impressed than when I began here on my way here with these medals and thinking of what to say. You truly are an inspiration to all of us, an inspiration to this community, to the students and the families, and we are very, very lucky to have you in our midst. So Dr. Feldman, who unfortunately couldn't be here, he had a long-standing commitment that he was not able to get out of, but he would like to present Sally and Michael with a medal honoring what they stand for and everything that you are, with the District 9 medal.
Thank you, Ms. Manzi. Now, Mr. Aaron McKinney from State Senator Duarte Bullard would present certificates.
Good afternoon, everyone. Let's try that one more time. I said good afternoon, everyone. All right, to the great folks here at the City of North Miami, Mr. Mayor, council members, all of our other elected officials, and of course our honorees this morning. I bring you all greetings on behalf of State Senator Dwight Bullard, who unfortunately couldn't be here this morning as he had a prior engagement in Washington, D.C. But as an educator himself, he thought it not be robbery to just go ahead and acknowledge you all that are doing great work in this community, empowering others and affecting the lives of our youth. So on behalf of the Senator, I say thank you. I have a quick anecdote, and Mr. Lewis might hate me for this one. I know he will. But back in when I was I was a student at Alapata Middle School, and I had the pleasure of being there while he served as an administrator. And the then Miss Baker was also my critical thinking teacher. Okay, yeah. So Miss Baker ran a tight ship in her classroom. I will tell you that. I sneezed the wrong way. I probably got in trouble. but and I earned my first C, which is kind of devastating at that point. But but nonetheless, you knew you had to tighten up when you were in Miss Baker's classroom, and you knew if you saw Mr. Lewis, you were in trouble. But I look back on it now, and I realized that you both were on a path to excellence, and on that path, you also demanded excellence out of us. So it's no shock at all to see you here this morning receiving this award. So to the both of you, I say thank you. And to Sally, I say congratulations as well. So on behalf of Senator Dwight Bullard, I just wanted to read off these certificates we have here. It's Excellence in Education. This certificate is to be presented to Mr. Michael A. Lewis and Ms. Sally Alayon. In recognition of your valuable contributions through education to the students of North Miami Senior High School, as well as Alonzo and Tracy Mourning Senior High, signed this 30th day of January 2013 by State Senator Dwight M. Bullard of District 39. Again, congratulations to you both.
Before we move on to the final selection, but final remarks, closing remarks, Dr. T. Holloway. Let's give him a round of applause. Doctor.
Thank you. Okay. I too almost didn't make it today. I was scheduled for eye surgery this morning, and the insurance company didn't approve it, so I'm here. I can see out of one good eye, Michael. But what I see up front is that in this tribute to excellence, these individuals that are being recognized are not sitting alone. They are joined by their family members who supports them throughout all of their endeavors. And we in education do not stand alone. And we are joined by a great city, a city that has formed a compact with us in education, in our educational endeavors, to help us to rise to the successes that we are enjoying at the present moment. And I say that to say that recently our school district was acknowledged by the Broad Foundation as the best urban school district in the United States of America. The best. And I say that because our school district does not have any F high schools, nor but we have some other F schools, but we do not have any F high schools, and that's significant, as you've pointed out and heard many times about where we've come from. But our school district boasts that we are striving for excellence and achieving excellence. We are proud of each of our family members that supports us, those that have come out today in support of their colleagues here in education. We're proud of you. We're proud of the compact that we have with the city and the joint efforts that we're doing. And to the individuals that are being acknowledged today, you are our friends, you are our leaders, you are our administrators of record excellence, and we want to thank you for all of your leadership in our schools. So congratulations today, and God bless each and every one of you.
Thank you, Dr. T. Holloway. We'd like to recognize Miss Evelyn Pierre from the Haitian Heritage Museum. Thank you so much for being here with us. I think Terry Lewis from Pew Force, he was just here with us. Thank you so much for being Terry Lewis. Thank you. Pew Force, thank you so much. And now for the final selection, North Miami Senior High School Male Ensemble.
And this is the choir from North Miami Senior High School under the direction of Lloyd Brockington. And as they set up, I will let you know that they are singing a selection to pay tribute to the beauty from within that exudes from both of you, Mr. Lewis and Miss Alayon. They're singing today, "You Are So Beautiful."
ever know that you're my hero? And everything I would like to be. I can fly higher than an eagle, 'cause you are the wind beneath my wings. Did you ever know that you're my hero? And everything I would like to be. Oh, and I can fly higher than an eagle, 'cause you are the wind beneath my wings. You are so beautiful. You are the wind beneath my wings. You are so beautiful. You are the beneath my
Thank you to all of our students who participated in the ceremony today, and for our honorees, Mr. Lewis and Ms. Alayon, I extend a true congratulations from myself as having been born and raised here in North Miami and graduating from North Miami Senior High as well. Go Pioneers. It's a wonderful opportunity for us to pay tribute to two pillars in our community that are making such a difference in the future of our students. So thank you once again to all of you for joining us. We do have a light luncheon available in the lobby from Mocha Cafe, so please stay for a few minutes, enjoy lunch with our honorees, and we hope to see you again soon here in our All-America city, the city of North Miami. Thank you.